Hello and welcome to today's webcast. My name is Jasmine Peart and I'm the marketing lead here at AlfaPeople, and I'll be your moderator today. For those of you who are new to GoToWebinar, we have just a few guidelines for your use. Audio is enabled only for the presenters. Upon joining the webcast, you will be on mute. If your audio isn't working for some reason, please attempt to log out and log back into the meeting. You can also find the audio information in your audio panel, and you can also take a look at your Outlook appointment or the confirmation email as well. We'd love for you to get the most out of your time with us on the webinar today. So if you have any questions or comments during the webcast, please enter them in your Q&A box. Our presenters are online and they'll make every effort to pause throughout the program, and we will also leave time for Q&A at the end of the session. Finally, this presentation is being recorded today. If you need to hop off early or you have any colleagues who could not attend today, we'll be sending out a link to the recording that you can share with them after. Now on to the agenda. Today we will be discussing very briefly Microsoft Dynamics CRM, as well as a AlfaPeople overview to give you a little bit more insight on who we are and what we do. And then we will also get into the ClickDimensions function with a live demo in the environment. And lastly, we'll wrap up with a Q&A session at the end. Now let's meet our presenters. Randy is on the call today, and he's a CRM practice lead here at AlfaPeople. He'll provide a brief overview of the dynamic CRM function and also AlfaPeople as an organization. And we also have Annie, who is Partner Account Manager with ClickDimensions. She will take us through the ClickDimensions email and marketing automation functionalities in the live environment as well. Thanks, guys, and welcome to the webcast. Randy, take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I want to touch on Dynamics CRM, or Dynamics 365 CRM specifically, and really how it can often be called more of like a XRM, because it's basically a fantastic platform to be working with, and it's very, very flexible. So it does a lot more than just customer relationship management. There's a lot of different uses for it. So it's flexible to be almost anything you want, and it really leaves just everything up to the imagination and how creative you want to get with your design. There's a lot of capability to really enhance what you're doing for your business with workflow automation. This is just a way to really automate a lot of processes that may already be manual things that you do currently. The other nice advantage is it's really easy code-free configuration. I see the PowerPoint kind of jumping around. I don't know if making changes. But anyway, it can be very code-free, meaning you don't need professional developers to be making adjustments and changes. A lot of what you do and see in CRM is basically a drag and drop functionality. So that allows you to very easily add new fields and then put them on the forms, which is the user interface. You can go to the next slide, please. And then also I want to talk about basically the seamless interface here. So there's this, you can easily integrate with CRM, and it's done through what is called solution management. And once you add a designed solution, either one that you can create yourself or one you can get out there in that vast, very vast ecosystem of Dynamics. So there's a lot of Microsoft partners out there. There's a lot of other people who are developing solutions for CRM. And we're actually going to be touching on one in just a little bit, and that is ClickDimensions. So they are a fantastic solution if you want to go above and beyond with anything for marketing. It really enhances what you can do for your marketing within CRM. It's very easy to install. You put the solution in there. Once it's in there, you can't really see the difference from that and what is core functionality of CRM. It's just so tightly fit together, and that I feel is a very large strength of the Dynamics ecosystem, is how it all fits together. And then I will pass this off now so you can see ClickDimensions.
everyone. My name is Annie Zemlicka-Hayes with ClickDimensions, and I will be giving you the overview of ClickDimensions today, talking a little bit about how we can do email marketing and marketing automation right from your Dynamics CRM or Dynamics 365 environment. So we'll be taking a close look at the feature set next. Next slide, please. And this is the main feature set of ClickDimensions. Randy was talking that Dynamics 365 is very fluid. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. And ClickDimensions is one of those solutions that you can add to your Dynamics 365 or Dynamics CRM environment to bring additional functionality, specifically in this case around email marketing and marketing automation. So our feature set includes email marketing, allowing you to easily create and send email templates to your account leads and contacts, and track back their activity to your Dynamics environment. This would include deliveries, opens, clicks, unsubscribes, and bounces on any email that you're sending via ClickDimensions. We also have the ability to do web intelligence, so we're able to see who's coming to the website, how much time they're spending there, what pages they're going to, and we score all of the email and web activity to give you a better idea of readiness based on lead score. In addition, we have what is my favorite feature, our campaign automation. This will allow you to automate your marketing processes based on how people are interacting with your forms on your website, your surveys, or even if they're clicking through or using emails. You can send them down different paths based on their interaction, so we'll be taking a close look at that today as well. We do have the ability to do SMS text messaging. You do need an account with Twilio or bulk SMS to help execute the text messages, but what we're allowing you to do is send text messages via Dynamics CRM marketing list. All of your reporting is done right within your Dynamics CRM environment. You can create custom dashboards, queries, and reports on any of the data coming back because it comes back as Dynamics CRM data. We also have forms that you can create and put on your website, blog posts, or even as links within your emails. When people fill out a form, you'll check to see if they're already in your CRM system. If they're not, it will create a new lead or contact for you and bring their information into CRM. If they are already in your system, it'll just show on their lead or contact record that they have completed another form. We also have the ability to create surveys and landing pages. Our social discovery comes in at the contact level, and we'll show you what social sites they're on based on the email address they provided you. We also have event management connectors to Eventbrite, WebEx, GoToWebinar, and Cvent, allowing you to bring contact participation information back to your CRM environment. So you can go to anyone's contact record and see, did they register for this event? Did they attend? You'll be able to see that right within your CRM. ClickDimensions also provides training and support with subscription. There's no added cost to go through our comprehensive training, and support is available 24/7. So that's the main feature set, and a little bit more about ClickDimensions here. We have a number of Partner of the Year awards. We're a certified gold partner for Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and we're 100% in your CRM as well. And so a differentiator that you'll see with the ClickDimensions solution is that we are natively built into the CRM environment, and we only work with Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Dynamics 365. Next slide, please. Again, this is just kind of showing you what we look like within CRM. Everything's mostly under the marketing tab. That will allow you to access all the features that we're adding. We really become part of the CRM environment when you're using it. And traditionally, we'll see marketers using a number of different tools, something for their email marketing, maybe something different for surveys, and even a different solution for forms. And what we'll see is they'll have to bring that information back into their CRM, either by doing imports and exports or taking the marketing lists out and putting them back in. And with ClickDimensions, it's a truly integrated solution. So we'll see on the next slide that whether we are going from web tracking or tracking their behavior on your website, or we're doing the email, we're seeing if they're delivers, opens, clicks for those contacts. It'll pass through ClickDimensions on Microsoft Azure, But all of the data comes back to your dynamic CRM environment, and that's where it stays. And so you can easily create custom dashboards, queries, and reports on that information like you would any other CRM data. Next slide, please. As far as the email marketing goes, you'll be creating your templates inside of ClickDimensions and Dynamics CRM. But when you hit send, the emails aren't going out of your CRM or Exchange server. They get passed through our cloud email service. We provide the deliverability and sender authentication. With the DNS settings you see on the bottom right there, it'll always look as if it's coming from you, whether someone's going to one of the forms you've created or you're sending an email. It always looks as if it's coming from your domain, and that's part of setup with ClickDimensions as well. And now we'll jump into the live environment. And I will share my screen. And so what you're seeing here is Dynamics 365. I am demoing from the ClickDimensions production environment. So this is the one that we use today at ClickDimensions. And so when we add ClickDimensions to Dynamics 365, what you might see under marketing today before ClickDimensions is things like your marketing lists and campaigns, accounts, and contacts. When you add our solution to your Dynamics CRM or Dynamics 365, you'll be able to see analytics around web, forms, and surveys, our campaign automation, email marketing, mobile, and event management. So they're all going to fall under the marketing tabs so that your marketing team or anyone who might be sending out emails has easy access to all of the features there. You'll also find ClickDimensions under settings. This is where you'll create your subscription list or your forms, surveys, and landing pages. This is where you'll do some of that creation. Get things like the tracking script to do web tracking on your website. All of that will be available here under the ClickDimensions settings section. One of the first things that we'll start talking about is how we create and send emails and the statistics that come back from them. So a lot of what we're doing with ClickDimensions is focused around email marketing. And these are the newsletters that we send out at ClickDimensions. These are our live newsletters. So I can see all of the deliveries, opens, clicks, unsubscribes, and bounces. And we'll bring that back into a number of statistics as well. Before we can get to that point, we need to create the email template. And so we have a few different ways that we can do that. The first one that I'll show you is our drag and drop template. And now this is automatically mobile responsive. So when you create these, they become mobile responsive automatically. And you can start with a number of different layouts to create them. Content is easily added to those layouts by just dragging and dropping it in. Maybe you want more text and image there. You'll also be adding your images from our image manager. So you can have a number of images preloaded, choose the image, and also edit it right within ClickDimensions and Dynamics CRM. So you don't have to go out to another program. Maybe you just need to quickly crop, resize, or add some effects. You're not going to have to go out to another program, mess around with the image there, resave it, and bring it back in. You can do all of that right within ClickDimensions and then easily add the image to the email. We also have different types of content you can add. You can bring in dividers, you can bring in your social links, and you can even style them to match the look and feel of the email if you'd like to. You have full control over the style of the email. Maybe you have specific color codes that you're using for your organization. You can bring those in with the styling. You can put them in each one of the blocks as well. You can also get an inbox preview showing you what this is going to look like across different desktop, mobile, and web-based clients before you send it out. So we have that option as well with the inbox preview. And that's what it'll look like. It'll bring back If for different clients, you want to see it across the different Outlook clients or across different mobile clients, you'll be able to easily access those. Now, for those that don't prefer a drag and drop environment, maybe they want something that's more HTML based, we also offer the ability for you to create your emails in our Freestyle editor. This one will allow you access to the source, so if you need to make changes to the HTML, you can easily do that. We can use the image manager. It's the same image manager we saw with the drag and drop editor, so you can have the same images in both. We also have a layout manager where you can have all of your HTML layouts preloaded, and you can easily choose those, see them, and change out the content as needed. You can have different folders for those. Maybe you have one for sales, one for marketing. You can have all of your HTML templates available here. We still have the ability to add our social sharing links. And with both drag and drop and Freestyle, we can add personalization. So with the personalization button that ClickDimensions provides, this allows us to bring in any field from the owner, lead, contact, or account record within your Dynamics CRM, allowing this to be very flexible. Maybe you want to bring in something like, I see your birthday's on this day. As long as that's on their contact record, you can bring that in. In this case, we're just going to bring in the first name. I'll choose that and click Add, and it will add the free marker text to my email for me. So no matter who I send this to, it's going to pull their first name into the email. We still have the inbox preview available for this as well, so that you can see what it's going to look like before you send it out. Once we have the email templates created, we can start our email send. So we'll take a look again at our main newsletter from ClickDimensions. You'll just take the template that you created and bring it in here, give it a subject and a pre-header, attach it to a Dynamics CRM campaign. If you want to do campaign tracking, you can use the native feature that Dynamics CRM and Dynamics 365 provides for campaign tracking, and track back emails, forms, surveys, even text messages if you'd like back to a specific campaign. You do have the ability to send test emails to yourself or a few people on your team by clicking the test button. This will also bring back a spam score for you. The email can be sent as if it's coming from the record owner or a specific person or user. It can be delivered immediately or on a future date and time. And you'll attach your Dynamics CRM marketing lists here. ClickDimensions will be using the marketing list within your Dynamics CRM or Dynamics 365 environment to execute our email sends. So we're using the leads and contacts that you already have within your system to execute those email sends. We do have the ability to do split testing. This will allow you to choose content for two different strategies. For strategy A, we can leave it as it is on the same page. For strategy B, we will be able to choose whether we'd like a different subject line, whether we would like a different email template, or change who it's from. From there, we'll be able to use a slider bar to choose the size of our test groups, and the winning version goes out automatically to the rest. After the email's been sent, you'll probably want to see statistics on how it performed and be able to share those statistics. So when we have sent the email, we'll be able to click on email statistics here and bring up a report that is out of the box. This is the one that we provide. And so you'll be able to see the performance of your email. We had just over 18,000 messages sent with a 22% interaction rate. I can see our clicks and our opens. I can see the deliverability with our hard and soft bounces here as well. And so there's a number of things that we'll bring in just on the performance page. But we've also added a few more recently to the stats report. I can now see top clients that the email was opened on. I can see desktop versus mobile, where the opens are happening. I can also see our conversion. So I can see, how many people I sent this email, how many of them hit the website after. How many submitted a ClickDimensions form? How many completed a survey? I'll be able to see that with our conversions report. We also have a click report. Again, this all comes back to your CRM and CRM data, so if you need to do specific reports on specific links or specific recipient interactions, you can do that. This is one that we provide showing all of the links within the email and the unique and total clicks for each link. You'll be able to see a list of all the recipients and their interactions, delivers, opens, clicks, and bounces if there were any. You'll also have a click heat map. Marketing departments typically love this one. This is going to show them where most of the clicks were happening. Did they happen on our image links or on the text-based links? You know, if you did an A/B split test, which one performed better with the links? You'll be able to see that because they'll both be shown on here if you did a split test. So this allows you to see how your links are performing. If you do use the social sharing links that we provide in the drag and drop or freestyle editor, you will be able to see who shared the email and where they shared it to. So we had 3 Twitter shares here. And those are the statistics that we provide out of the box. Keep in mind that we can always create our own custom dashboards, queries, and reports as well. If there are any questions as I go through the presentation, feel free to put those in the questions box. I'm happy to answer those as we go through. That will transition the conversation from mostly email marketing to how are we bringing the data back in? Where are some of the places that we can see it? And so, of course, we can see all of our email events right under email marketing. We can see all of our unsubscribes and posted subscriptions. You will have the ability to create a subscription preferences page so that people can easily access things like, you know, what do they want to be opted in for? Do they want just product updates a few times a year? Do they want something monthly or something more on occasion? And so you'll have the ability to set up a page like this with your own logo, your own subscription list, so they can easily opt in and out of those. All of the data about their opt-ins, opt-outs, and even global unsubscribes like this one will come back to your Dynamics CRM so that you can see, okay, this contact opted out of this email, but they're getting this one, or they opted out from all email communications. We track all of that back to your CRM system. We're also bringing everything back to the contact record. So we're going to take a closer look at my contact record here. And you can see that there's a number of green buttons available in the drop down here as well. I can see all of my interactions with what marketing is doing around forms, surveys, emails, right from the contact record. And so if we want to go in and say, okay, what are the email events I've had? Have I been opening emails? Have I been interacting with them? You can just open up the email event page from the drop down on my name here and see all those opens and interactions. If I had clicked on a link, it will even show you which link I clicked on. Maybe you want to see something more like, have I been interacting with forms? You can drop down and see all of the form interactions as well. You can see I fill this one out a lot. I use that for specific demos, so it'll tell you when I filled out the form. It'll timestamp all of those. It'll even give you the information I provided on that specific form. So we do get pretty granular with the data. It does come all the way back to the contact record. And one of the reasons that we like this is it really bridges the gap between sales and marketing. You know, if marketing is doing a number of things to drive sales, they'll actually be able to see that from their contact records. They'll be able to see that from the lead scores going up. They'll be able to see it from all of the email interactions and things that they're doing with the emails marketing is sending out from ClickDimensions. So it kind of bridges the gap between those two teams as well. We'll go back to my contact record. I do want to show you that ClickDimensions also brings in a profile page. This profile page is going to show you that I am on LinkedIn. It's going to pull my work experience from LinkedIn. It's also going to pull my photo. And it will show the lead score here as well. So we'll be able to see that I have a very high lead score, which I should. I spend a lot of time on the ClickDimensions website and our help site. And it's also going to have a link right to my LinkedIn as well. So you'll be able to pull all of that up right from the profile page here. You'll also be able to see all the forms they've completed and the information that they've provided on each form. And we'll provide a tracking summary showing all of the information and all of the tracking against anything I'm doing. So you can see I've already been on the website a few times yesterday. How long I was on each page will show in there. It'll say all of the emails, when I've been sent an email, when I filled out a form, all of it's going to show in the tracking summary. This is a great place for sales teams to go to see how their contacts are interacting over time. It allows them to get that data right there. Jumping away from the contact record in a moment too, again, you can create your own custom dashboards and reports. And so this one's based on a campaign where I can see here that this campaign that Jesse ran has a number of visits to the website. I can see whether they're coming in from direct traffic or search engine. I can see how many forms have been completed over the different months. I can see that this one probably started in 2014. That's where we got most of our leads generated. I can even see revenue generated and opportunities by sales stage. This ability to create reports like this is because everything you're doing with ClickDimensions is coming back to your Dynamics 365 environment. You can even create reports that would be great for sales teams. You can create an activity dashboard that's going to show them how many people visited the website, all of my accounts listed by lead score, how many people have filled out forms or been active with emails. I can see all of that right from this activity dashboard as well that I've created custom for myself to show who's active that day. One of the things that I like to keep an eye on too is anyone who visits the website. And something that we can do with ClickDimensions is we can actually add the tracking script to the website that'll pull that data back to the contact record, and it'll pull all of your anonymous visits in as well. So when we go to settings, there'll be a tracking script available here that we can easily access. You can pull the tracking information. You can add this to your website anywhere. You can have specific lead scores for specific pages with a different script parameter. If you're running Dynamics CRM campaigns, you can also track specific pages back to campaigns as well, allowing the tracking script to be very flexible based on what you need it to do. But of course, it's going to bring all of that information right back into your Dynamics CRM. So if I go under marketing and visits, I can see all of the visits to our website. Most of these should be today. You'll see that a number of them do not have a leader contact associated. This means that we haven't been able to identify them yet. Once they click through on a ClickDimensions email to our website or they fill out a form, I will be able to bring their information back to the visit. So I can see here that we already have Liz's information. She has a lead score of 8 and was on one total page for that visit. We can see if they've been on multiple pages, how long their visit lasts. We'll be able to see all of that as well. What's also nice is we track the refer type. So you're able to see whether they came in from direct traffic, search engine, social, or email. So you know how they're getting to your website as well. And the beauty of Dynamics CRM and Dynamics 365 is we could even create custom reports on that. So I'm able to see all of the visits by country. Most of ours are coming in from the US when they're coming in from social. I could also see that most of ours come in directly from LinkedIn. And I can pull all of that because that's data that ClickDimensions is bringing back to my Dynamics CRM environment. One of the ways that we can start identifying those anonymous visitors is with ClickDimensions forms. And so with the forms, we use these quite a bit on our website here at ClickDimensions. It allows me to bring data into my Dynamics CRM without having to manually enter it. So if Randy had come to the website today and filled out a form, it would show me on his contact record that he completed another form because he's already in our system. But if we had someone else come that's not in our Dynamics CRM system and fill out this form, it would create a new lead or contact for me depending on how I had the form set up. I could choose lead or contact. So the forms are very easy to create. It's a drag and drop environment. You can easily add new pieces by just dragging and dropping them in. You can create questions that are based on date, text, checkbox, radio button. There's a number of options. And you'll map those back to the field in Dynamics CRM where they belong. One of the great features with ClickDimensions forms is we're also able to map these back to custom fields. If you have customizations in your CRM where you have fields on the contact record that another organization might not have or isn't out of the box, you can still map back to that. You can choose any of them to map back to. Our forms are automatically mobile responsive. The purpose of this form was to be used for someone to download a white paper. You can see that it's showing on mobile here, and we can easily test out the forms. If we want to do that, we can run through and submit it there. You can even set it so that the email will only recognize real email addresses or reject like free email addresses like hotmail.com and things like that. So you have control over the email box as well. Once the form is complete, you can embed it to your website in a number of different ways. You can do a custom URL or link. What's nice about the custom URL option is if you're going to drive someone to a form from a LinkedIn or Facebook ad, you could give it a custom URL for each one and have LinkedIn add one, Facebook add one, and track which forms are driving the most form completion as well by being able to have that custom URL option. You can also do an iframe or widget if you'd like it directly on your website or blog post. Keep in mind this ClickDimensions.com here is going to come out of this, whether it's a custom URL or link, it will say .yourdomain.com. It's not going to show ClickDimensions here. People are hovering over links or clicking on ads to get to your forms. We also have a code editor that you can use. Maybe you want to add some CSS to it so that it better matches your website. You will be able to easily do that. You can do some advanced things with our forms as well with JavaScript. Things like pre-filling forms are available. A lot of the information on how to do that is available on our help site. You can also use post actions with ClickDimensions forms. So this can make these pretty powerful. Anyone who fills out this form is getting added automatically to a marketing list. They're also getting an autoresponder as soon as they hit submit. We've created an email template that's going to get sent to them as soon as they hit submit. Thank you for filling out our form. We'll be in contact shortly. We hope you download the white paper, whatever it might be. There's a few other things you can do as well. You can notify users or teams with an email notification that a form's been completed. Anytime someone fills out a form on the ClickDimensions website, our entire team gets a notification. You can even set a task for someone to follow up, assign it to a user. So there's a number of options there. So we can use the post actions available with the forms, and in a few moments I'll show you how we can also do post actions with campaign automation. Again, all of the form data is going to come right back into your Dynamics CRM. So if I fill out one of the forms for our quick guides here that you can get at ClickDimensions.com, this one's about marketing ROI for Dynamics CRM. I can just hit submit. First thing it's going to do is post redirect me to the next page, thanking me for filling out the form. I will get an email showing me where to get the quick guide. And then when I open that, the open will show in ClickDimensions, the click on the email to get the quick guide will show in ClickDimensions, and I'm constantly bringing that lead score up from doing that. My entire team is also going to get a notification letting them know that I filled out a form and the information I provided on it. If we go back into our posted forms, this is where all the form data will be shown. Anyone who's filled out a form, and there mine is already, that's how quickly they'll come back to your Dynamics CRM system. So being able to track all the forms coming in, of course being able to create custom reports on this as well. That's a little bit more about the forms. We also have the ability to create surveys. Again, new visitors can come in as leads or contacts. You can track these back to campaigns if you'd like to. Any form, survey, or email can also be cloned. So if you create a form, you want one that's kind of like it, but you don't want to have to start from scratch, you can clone it anytime. We do that same thing with the email. So taking a closer look at the survey, there's a few things that'll be different with the surveys, but the basics of it is the same. We'll be creating it in much the same way as we do the forms. It's drag and drop. We'll have a number of different question types. We'll have skip logic available so that we can skip from page 1 to page 3 depending on how they answer a question. And we'll have star rating questions available with this as well. So this one has a little bit more HTML to it. We'll have some images at the top of it, and we'll be able to easily use star rating questions and things like that that are more survey-based. You can test it. It's automatically mobile responsive with the form portion as well. The embed options are the same as they are with the forms. You can embed it as a custom URL, link, iframe, or widget, and you do have the ability to add CSS styling to this as well. We also have all of the same post actions available with the surveys. So you can easily set a task for someone to follow up, send that autoresponder, or do any of the other post actions we saw earlier. What's also nice about the surveys is when you come back in to your posted surveys, you'll be able to see all the surveys that have been completed. And if I go to the ClickDimensions survey for Molly, we'll see how she's doing on her Academy trainings, all 10s, we like that. These are actually the trainings that we do to get you started with ClickDimensions. And so we're seeing how on her Academy session that she did, what people thought about it. I can see the answers that this person put here, but what I can't see is an overall report. If I click survey report at the top of the page, I'll get a full report of this survey. I can see response percent and response count for each question, and I'll also see a bar chart of all the responses. You can easily export all of the responses for this survey to Excel by just clicking the Export to Excel button at the bottom of the survey report page as well, allowing you to easily see all of the data coming back for Molly's Academy survey. So we saw that the original survey I was looking at was based on a webinar, post action for a webinar there. And you do have the ability to do event management within ClickDimensions if you're using Eventbrite, WebEx, GoToWebinar, or Cvent. So I'm going to show you one of our GoToWebinar ones here. We do all of our training via GoToWebinar. We also allow people to register and then watch the videos on their own, which is why you'll see a lower attendance rate for these. There's only a portion of people that will join them live, but when we go in, I can see for this event, this one has already happened. We had 55 registered, 4 attend, total duration. We'll bring all of that back into your CRM system. We'll bring all the information about the webinar in here as well. You'll get your attendance rate, average attentiveness. It can get pretty granular on how attentive people are and what's going on. But we're also able to see all of the event participation. This allows me to see who actually attended it live. We have a number of people who registered. And it's likely that they watched the video that we have on the website, but I can also see who attended it live. And if I go to Chase's contact record, I'll be able to see all the ones he's attended, and I'll be able to see all the ones he's registered for but not attended. And so that is also allowing sales and marketing teams to be able to see how active people are with their events. Now for my favorite feature, the one that brings it all together, we have campaign automation. This is allowing you to automate a lot of the things that we've seen already within the presentation. And it's very intuitive. We're constantly adding features to campaign automation. We do feature releases to ClickDimensions monthly, so we're always adding something new. But with this one, what we're doing is we're starting it with a trigger in the orange, and then we bring it into the blue series. So for this one, I started it with the fact that they are on the tax law interest marketing list. From there, I'm going to send them information about our latest blog. I want to see if they clicked on it. So I'm going to go in to see, did they click on the link to read the white paper specifically? If I do email click here, I'll actually be able to go in and say, only if they clicked on that one specific link do I care about, do we send them on the positive path. If they didn't click on it at all, we'll send them another link to it. So I can continue to build this out based on how they're interacting with emails, the emails that I'm sending them. I can put wait timers in there if I want some space between them as well. I always suggest that. Continuing to build out the campaign and bringing them to the end goal. If I get finally to the end and they haven't clicked to read anything, I can even just notify the user of the campaign that we are removing that person from the marketing list. Keep in mind that there's a number of actions that we can run here. We can send emails, create tasks, send text messages, do notifications, add or remove from marketing lists, and we can even run dynamic CRM workflows, making this a very intuitive tool. For example, maybe you get to the end of the campaign automation and they've interacted positively throughout the entire thing. You might want to run a workflow to create an opportunity for them within the system so that someone will follow up with it. Because that's not an action we provide, you can do that with Dynamic CRM with a workflow. So a number of options there as well. We don't have to start campaign automations from a marketing list. One of my favorite things to do is to start it right from a form or survey. Maybe they came to our website and filled out a form, and there were 3 different product types there that we wanted them to see. If I connect this form to 2 or more actions, I will be provided with a decision node. I can go in and say, on this question, did this person answer this way? Send them to email 5. Did they answer it in way 2? Send them to email 6, or way 3, send them to email 7. And so you can continue to build this out based on something on the contact record or something on the form. Continuing to follow up with them in a very precise way so that you're sending information that you know is very interesting to them. And then of course, let's check for email interaction after each one and base our next action on that. Campaign automation is very intuitive. It can automate things like event invitations, form submissions and form follow-up. Survey follow-up is a great one as well. Did they give us a positive review or a negative review? Let's follow up with them differently based on how they're reaching out to us. So that's campaign automation, allowing you to automate a number of different processes using most of the ClickDimensions features. A couple of the triggers that you don't see here that will be available within the next month are attendee registered and attendee actually attended triggers. You'll be able to go in and connect to our event management features right with campaign automation. So I can go in and say, did they attend the webinar? Did they not attend the webinar? Let's follow up with them based on how that interaction was. And I don't have to go back in and pull a list of the attendees. Campaign automation will recognize that for me. So a few exciting things that are coming down the road as well. But with that, ClickDimensions, again, is native to your Dynamic CRM environment. It really makes sense for anyone who's using Dynamic CRM and wants their sales and marketing to be able to use the same system to get results. I'm always happy to do full demos for anyone who wants to see one for specific to their organization. And with that, I will close off and open it up for any questions that anyone might have.
Hey, Annie, thank you for that presentation. I have two questions here that maybe you can answer. The first one is, how long does it typically take to set up an implementation of ClickDimensions? And also, with all the features that you went over today, is all of that comprehensive in what comes with the ClickDimensions functionality, or is it more of like a package type of thing?
Great questions. I'll address the setup one first. ClickDimensions setup, it's really just a solution file that's imported to your Dynamics CRM environment. If you're on Dynamics 365 or Dynamics CRM Online, the actual import of the solution file can take less than a half an hour. There are a few setup things that you'll do after, but you should not expect setup of ClickDimensions to take weeks by any means. You're thinking more like a day or two. The ClickDimensions is not hard to set up, but there may be some custom things that you want to do with it. So keep in mind that if you're going to set up ClickDimensions and just bring it into your system with that solution file, that is a short setup. That is easy to do. But if you're going to do any customizations or anything like that, you know, if you're going to have AlfaPeople maybe help you with workflows or anything like that, then it can take a little bit longer, but it depends on the needs of your system. The actual setup of our solution itself is very brief. As far as how ClickDimensions is set up for different pricing models, when you start with ClickDimensions, it's the full feature set. We base our models on how many emails are sent per year, and so the features that you saw today come with ClickDimensions, including the updates, like the things I mentioned that would be added and things like that. They come into our system. So everything that you saw today is a package. We don't break those out into individual prices for each one. It's just a package based on how many emails you send per year, and that's how we'll do that.
Thank you, Annie. I think I don't see any additional questions here, so we can go ahead and close it out. I just want to remind everybody on the webcast that this presentation is being recorded, and we'll send out a recording after the webinar. So you will get that in your inbox, and please feel free to share that with any colleagues or coworkers who couldn't attend today. And I also wanted to mention that we do have some great resources on our website at alfapeople.com/US, where you can read more about the functionalities with ClickDimensions as well as the CRM Dynamics software. So if you have any questions at all, you can get in touch directly via our website Contact Us form, and someone will certainly be eager to help you. I think that's about it for today, so we'll go ahead and close up. On behalf of our team here at AlfaPeople and ClickDimensions, we all thank you for joining. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.